Capricorn 2021. Now your year will be filled with new opportunities and challenges with your finance and income, as well as possible new or unexpected romances and love interests, or even sexual activity. There's also a highlight on your work life with your 6th and your 12th house being activated with the eclipses. Something is possibly culminating around your daily routine or your work-life balance. And while Uranus will be in Taurus, your 5th house, for the next 5 years, kind of stirring that up and bringing in changes with you romantically and with your children or your creativity, it's going to be activated this year by the square from Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. So there's definitely a tie between your income or your resources and your romance and love life. My name is Desiree with theastrologyaddiction.com, and thank you so much for watching. I practice traditional Hellenistic astrology, and my goal is to help you find purpose and understanding through the cosmos. Now today's video is specifically for Capricorn rising, but you can listen to this for Capricorn sun or Capricorn moon as well. And if you are a Capricorn, please leave your feedback below for how 2020 was for you specifically and what your goals or ambitions are for 2021. Stay tuned until the end of the video, and I will be sharing a video I made on the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, the Great Conjunction that happened in your 2nd house and is the start of a new 200-year cycle for you financially. So for 2021, the first transit we have is Mars ingressing into Taurus, which is on January 6th, which will be conjoining to Uranus and approaching a square to Saturn. This can bring in unexpected difficulty or challenges financially for you, possibly something where you might have a sudden change or loss of income. But January 17th, we do have Uranus square to Jupiter, which can bring in a potential opportunity for you financially. As Jupiter enters 2nd house, there is some more benefic energy going on there. So while you might be letting go of one financial opportunity, there could be others that start to kind of come up for you that are available. January 30th, Mercury does go retrograde in Aquarius, so you do want to be cautious of possibly signing any types of financial obligations or agreements from the 30th until February 20th when Mercury goes direct, because there can be a higher chance for miscommunication, errors, and things kind of falling through the cracks with any type of financial duty or communication that you are involved in. Now, February 1st, Venus enters Aquarius, so that further brings in the benefic, hopeful, and positive energy to your area of finance and income. So like I said, while there is kind of a sharpness going on there and a change that you weren't maybe expecting, it can possibly be a very good thing, very positive, and maybe even a little bit confusing just because Mercury's retrograde and is conjunct the sun. So whenever the sun is conjunct Mercury like that, there is something that maybe you can't see. So maybe like you're losing, one source of income, but there is this really great opportunity coming, but you just don't have the clarity on it yet. February 17th, we also have the square from Saturn to Uranus, the first one of the year. So there's some boundary issues or some new obligations and duties that you have financially that are possibly unexpected or kind of shocking to you, maybe something to do with romance or children, since it is connected to that 5th house for you. Now, March 26th, we have the Sun conjunct Venus in Aries, which is your 4th house of home and family. So there can definitely be some new kind of, passionate things going on for you, possibly maybe a romance starting to brew on the home front, like you're bringing your new partner home for the first time to meet family, or, you're maybe inviting over a new romantic partner, like for the first time to your house. And there's definitely a level of like new beginnings starting or a new relationship starting, because April 3rd for you, Mercury goes into Aries, bringing in some new messages or information or even people to your home life. It could possibly be like even moving in with a new partner, just a new like fresh start with someone that relates to home and family. Now, April 24th, Mars enters Cancer, which is your 7th house of relationships, business partnerships, or marriage. And there's also this stellium going on in Taurus, your house of romance, sex, or children. So I think there is definitely some more hot, active energy going on for you and abundance within your romantic life or your dating life at this time. Possibly some unexpected people or just passionate, hot connection that you're making. It can even be a little frustrating. Mars entering your 7th house can be kind of a annoyance, like a bothering person, someone who is maybe challenging you in new ways and trying to push you like outside of your comfort zone. So that can be something that you're experiencing. Now, May 13th, we have a Jupiter entering Pisces, which is your 3rd house. So this is great for communication, connectivity with siblings, or or connectivity in your neighborhood in some way. And it is forming a sign-based trine to Venus and Mercury in your 6th house of Gemini. So there can be some new opportunities or maybe some positive things even going on for you within your work life or even your health routine. Now, May 26th, we have the total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is your 12th house. So you could have some unconscious things going on, maybe some pain that you're feeling or uncovering from the unconscious that starts to bubble up for you. There's really just like an obstruction of truth, and it can be something that you're maybe healing from or learning, new information about and how to proceed forward. Venus enters Cancer June 2nd, which brings some positivity and connectivity to your relationships. But at the same time, we have Mars approaching this opposition to Pluto in Capricorn. So that is your 7th to your 1st house. So while you are probably having a new romance or a new, physical sexual connection, there can be a bit of tension there, maybe because of like lack of control or, maybe not knowing the full truth about something, because Mercury is retrograde as well in your 6th house. So something is really bubbling up in a relationship, maybe an argument that has to do with some type of miscommunication or even lies that you're dealing with. And we have the solar eclipse in Gemini on June 10th, conjunct the North Node. So there's just really this like tense kind of energy going on for you that is probably happening in the area of relationships or romance, but I think it might have something that is affecting you physically, maybe your health or your daily routine in some way, that you're starting to realize like, wow, this relationship I'm in, this romance I'm in is just too intense and it's starting to affect my health in some way. June 14th, we have Saturn square Uranus. So there is another peak of difficulty and tension possibly in your area of finance that possibly stems from romance or from children. Now, July 11th, we have Mercury entering Cancer, your 7th house, and it's coming to this nice trine to your 3rd house with Jupiter in Pisces. So there's some great communication that you can have with a relationship partner or a business partnership even, and it's definitely a good time to kind of take advantage of that to maybe make peace in some way or to come to some type of like an agreement within your relationships. Now, I think August is going to be a good month for you. We have Venus entering Libra, which is your 10th house of career or public image. And there's definitely some like peace starting to happen and maybe even negotiations or fairness in your public life or career in some way. And you can even be like signing contracts around this time. It's a good time to do that because Venus is trying to Saturn in your 2nd house. So some type of financial agreement that affects your career can be underway. And it's a great time to kind of solidify any of those types of things. September 4th, we have Mercury in Libra trying to Saturn, so that even further nods to that, maybe a new career opportunity or commitment that you're making to career. Now, September 27th, we have Mercury going retrograde in Libra. So any type of deals or agreements that you're trying to get out the door that involve your career should, try to be taken care of by September 27th. Before Mercury does go retrograde in your area of career. Now on October 20th, we have a full moon in Aries, which is your 4th house and opposite to the Sun and Mars in Libra. So this brings in a cleansing of your home life and even a tension between your home and your career. So there can be some kind of career obligation or, person in your career or in your public image that is trying to control you or affect you in some way, and you're having like an emotional realization about it or wanting to cleanse that away from you and to kind of start fresh. Now in November, we have Mars entering Scorpio, which is your 11th house of friends, and this is activating a square to Saturn in your 2nd house and an opposition to Uranus in your 5th house. So there can be some tension starting to build up between your friend groups or networking, possibly that affects your income or your romantic relationships in some way. November 5th, we have Venus entering Capricorn. So this heightens your confidence and your sense of self-esteem around that time. While there is definitely some drama going on for you, possibly with friends or with your finances or with a romantic relationship, I think you are learning to release some of these more stubborn feelings or ideas about those things and kind of start fresh and, maybe state your opinion or just becoming more confident in your decisions. decisions to let go and release things that don't serve you anymore. Now, December 19th, we have Venus going retrograde in Capricorn conjunct Pluto. So that is a really important transit for you because it's your first house. So it can be a binding aspect. You know, maybe you are wanting to commit yourself to something more seriously or reevaluate something in your love life. It can be a commitment to a new relationship or a commitment to some new ideas and attitudes about yourself and partnership. So I hope you enjoyed this reading for Capricorn 2021. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave them below. Now on the screen, I have the Jupiter Saturn Great Conjunction that just occurred December 2020. So take a look at that video to see how it can be affecting you. And if you are interested in booking a reading with me, my link is in the description box. Have a great day. Bye.
I should've been there, but I